Hey everybody, I'm Andy Storz with Sullivan Strategies. We know that right now is a pretty challenging time. There are a lot of companies that want to start remote work and aren't really familiar with that space very much. So we at Sullivan Strategies have had the opportunity over the years to work with several organizations that had either remote international teams or maybe were entirely remotely based. So it's given us the opportunity also to find a bunch of great tools that really work well when you have to do remote work and stay connected. So we wanted to create a series of videos that would highlight those. And the other part too, we wanted to make sure that these are tools that are really readily accessible. We don't want to add more stress to what's already a pretty stressful environment right now. So jumping right in, one of my favorite tools, probably my favorite, would be the one that I'm actually recording this video on, and that's Zoom video conferencing. Great picture, low bandwidth, great audio. Has worked really well for being able to stay connected with folks, and that includes international teams. I used to do a lot of work with folks that were either in Europe or in India, and using Zoom just about always did the trick. Works fantastic. So if you're worried too about maybe not having that clean of an office, I'm going to let you in on a little bit of a trick here too. Uh, you can set up a virtual background with it if you want. There we go. So moving along, we wanted to share another one here. With our company, we love collaborating with people. We want people together in a room working on things, building visuals. When that's not possible, a great substitute is a software called Miro. And we're going to jump over to that so we can take a look. All right. I'm going to open up my tablet here. So, how are we going to collaborate when we have remote work? Well, a few different things to consider. So, when we are remote, a few different things, like I said, that we want to put out videos on to try and help people any way that we can. So, number one, video and voice. Now, we talked about that with Zoom. Zoom is definitely not the only one out there. You got Skype. Slack actually has a pretty good voice component to it as well. Speaking of, Slack is a great tool that's easy to get up and running really fast. Oftentimes for smaller companies, you can end up just using it for free. Real-time text, stay connected with the team. That's really what we want to be able to do. The tool that I'm using right now, Miro, online whiteboard. Now, there's a lot more that you can do with this. For somebody like me with terrible handwriting who's just using a stylus on my tablet, I'd still say that this is not all that bad. Another piece to consider, a workstation. There are a lot of companies that have maybe just provided people a laptop. That's not uncommon at all. And laptops can be great when you're taking them home with you and you're just going to answer a few emails at the end of the night. What happens when you need to have the same kind of throughput at home that you normally would in the office? So this might mean thinking of things like additional monitors. Additional monitors might mean something like a pluggable. We're going to put out another video that explores a few of the options along the workstation, but it's something that can be done for a pretty low cost in order to get your people set up at home in a comfortable, optimal space. Documentation. If we're remote, we need to be able to still access documents. Now, some organizations that might be easy. You have G Suite, maybe you have the Google Drive, really easy to get to from anywhere. Maybe you're a company using Dropbox, so things aren't that bad. But there are a lot of companies that are still using that internal network. So maybe that means that people's computers are going to need to have a VPN to get access to it. If that's the case, something like that, get in motion now. Don't wait for it. Get ahead of it. Be prepared. Lastly, for those that can't read my awful handwriting, that's project management. Now, project management in this case really is more workflow management. If you're not connected with your people, then we still need a way to be able to figure out what everybody is doing or what they're supposed to be doing. Some companies that's easier than others, but sometimes it's really a tough thing to be able to figure out, well, who's actually working on what. So we wanted to cover some additional software that if you're in need of being able to keep that, keep on top of that, that maybe it'll help. But something to consider, especially as we go remote and we don't have that direct face-to-face contact all the time. It's really, really important that we all still be able to stay on the same page with what we're working on. So like we said, more videos coming. This is a way that we wanted to be able to help out our community. We're going to all get through this together. And at Sullivan Strategies, it's important to us to be able to help out however we can. So if you do have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. We'd love to help however it is. In the meantime, thanks for watching and have a great day.